Alex Giles here on WBTV News Now with Chief Meteorologist Al Conklin.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Hey, thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. Good to have you back.
It's good to be back,
Yes.
and boy, cold, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Holy smokes. You know, yesterday, Alex, we were 41 at daybreak, and you might not have noticed because a lot of folks were sleeping in.
Sure.
You know, we had the holiday. This morning, the temperatures down into the 20s. We're 27 for a low here this morning. It's a lot colder out there.
Yeah, that's when you can feel the difference, right? And the car will look a little bit different too, right?
Well, if you're parked outdoors, you may have to scrape a little bit of frost. So if you're just getting up and maybe heading out, I show you this. This is Scott Clark's Toyota. All those cars have frost on them this morning. So again, if you're going to be out and about here early this morning, we've got clear sky out there. It's a beautiful start to the day, but it is certainly cold. And so I would allow an extra, maybe 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, just a couple of quick scrapes here. But you want to heat that car up, and as you like to say, make sure that you're bundled up. You're going to want that heavy coat. I mean, look at those numbers. So cold.
Brutal, man.
Yeah, 22 Lenore, Morganton 22 right now in Lincoln. We're 29 in Charlotte, 30 in Monroe, 25 Waitsboro. Everybody is below freezing here this morning. So very, very cold start, but we'll rebound pretty nicely this afternoon. I'd say Charlotte will make a run to about 52, Hickory, Morganton, Lenore about 50, mountain spots in the 40s. And then to the east of us, Rockingham, Hamlet, Waitsboro, you're probably looking at low, maybe middle 50s, but plenty of sunshine for today. So again, you'll need the sunglasses. We're going to need that heavy coat. Now, here's what we don't have in the forecast, Alex, anytime soon is rain. We may get a little bit tomorrow night into early Thursday morning. It's not going to amount to anything, but during the daylight hours tomorrow and Thursday, we're dry. But first alert weather day now for Saturday.
Okay.
So if you're making weekend plans, let's see, 90% chance of rain Saturday and 0 on Sunday. So
go for the Sunday.
You know what Sunday is, right? That's the day to do it. Now, if you're wondering, well, wait a minute, it's January. Maybe we'll get some snow out of this, right? Well, boy, it's been a while since we've had snow in Charlotte. In fact, 703 days now. You're going to go all the way back to late January 2022, the last time we had any measurable snow in Charlotte. And this one isn't going to bring snow to Charlotte. This is going to be a rainmaker. This is the American model, the GFS, if you will, but just about all models basically have the same setup. Low pressure system coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, coming up through the Carolinas, and there'll be enough warm air that this is going to be rain for 90% of us. Now, the exception to that will be in the highest elevations of the mountains. There will likely be snow up there. And so if you're thinking about skiing, hey, this could be a great weekend for that. Download the free WBTV weather app. You're going to be out and about. You're going to need it because you'll be tracking a lot of precipitation on radar. I'm really concerned about potential for flooding yet again like we had at Christmas time. But this is just an early output, and this looks very impressive. But one thing I want to point out on this, Alex, is that this graphic is a model output, and it paints in broad brushes. So you see, well, wait a minute, it's got snow all the way down to Burke County, Caldwell County, Wilkes County. Yeah, there may be a little bit, but really in terms of accumulating snow, it looks like the best opportunity for that is going to be in the very high elevations of the mountains.
The darker the blue, the more snow you're looking at.
More than likely, and that happens to coincide with the highest elevations, which are right there on the Tennessee-North Carolina line. So if you're in Boone, Blowing Rock, West Jefferson, the elevation's only about 3,200 feet, thereabouts, give or take, 100 feet or so. That's probably not going to be a lot of elevation to promote at least an enhanced snow that goes on for an extended period of time. It may start as some snow, may end as some snow, but I do think this warm nose of warm air will be coming up from the south, so it will likely change from snow to rain, even in the mountains. The exception might be, again, those ski resorts. They could stay all snow on this, but again, it's only Tuesday morning. You're looking at Sunday here, or rather Saturday afternoon. So again, a lot of things could change on this. We'll keep you posted. Here's what I am pretty sure of, here's one thing I'm totally sure of. The Panther season's going to end on Sunday.
I knew that was going to end. I knew you were going to do that.
It's going to end. Now, this is it. We don't know if the Buccaneers will go anywhere in the playoffs, if they even make the playoffs. Right? It's a tight race there in the NFC South outside of the Panthers, but we know that Sunday will be the better day of the weekend. If you are going to plan on heading to that final game of the season, temperatures will wind up in the lower 50s. So again, exactly where we're supposed to be this time of the year, but this will definitely be the better day of the weekend, as we'll see a lot more sunshine than we will on Saturday. You probably noticed the sun's setting a little bit later in the evening. Now it's 5:23, so that's a big improvement over even a month ago when the sun was setting at about 10 after 5. So we've gained about 10, 15 minutes here already.
That makes a difference.
Yeah, it does make a difference.
You just start to feel it a little bit Like
That's right.
When it first changes, you're like, man, it gets dark quick.
Right. You're looking at the window, it's
Yeah.
4:30, 4:45. You go, wow, the sun's really
Right.
going down. And especially as we go through the end of this month and get into February, really makes a big difference. Hey, we've got a pretty good forecast. Like I said, between now and Saturday, or rather Friday evening, nothing is going to happen really of consequence. Temperatures will be cold, but again, not unusual for this time of the year. Saturday is the day we've circled, first alert weather day. That's going to be rain with some mountain snow. Rain will be heavy at times, probably 1 to 2 inches of rain, and it's really cold. So start thinking about indoor plans here. But Sunday's Panthers game, and again, it looks to be the better day of the weekend with temperatures in the 50s.
Listen, it's been a historic season, right? Historically bad. So if you wanted to be
Bad.
a part of history,
Yeah, right. And you know
sunny
what?
in the stadium.
Tickets are probably very cheap.
That's true,
So, but you know what? We'll see what happens.
Right.
I mean, you never know, right?
You never know.
Stranger things have happened.
I have one weather-related question.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah,
I
go
noticed
for
when we
it.
were pulling up the current temperature map. I saw that it was colder, it looked like, in like the Lenore area than up in Boone this morning. Any rhyme or reason for that? On this particular morning?
Yeah. Well, and what's happening is, in fact, we can go back to that. I can show you
Okay.
that right now. That's our frost explainer there.
Right.
But I'm going to get to those temperatures. Here's what's good. There's a little bit of cloud cover in the mountains this morning,
Okay.
and there are actually even some flurries falling. So when you have a little bit of breeze and you have clouds, they act as a blanket. Jefferson and Boone are actually running a little bit. I'm going to say mild, but you get the idea. They're not as cold as
Right.
places to the east where the clouds have been scoured out. And so where you don't have clouds, you don't have that blanket. Therefore, any of the heat that you gain from the day before escapes out into space much more efficiently. So in the mountains, they may only get into the 40s today, but they're not as cold as they are in places like Lincolnton and Shelby
Right.
and Salisbury because they're dealing with a little bit of cloud cover up there. And like I said, there was even some flurries up there early this morning. Yeah.
That's interesting. Sorry, I was just curious
Oh,
about that.
no, man, ask any time.
This is like I know. It's
Right.
like 5-6 degree swing. I was like, that's noticeable.
It's noticeable. That's right. And that's why we say, yesterday 41 at daybreak, this morning 27. So it's a big difference when you're talking about, a couple of degrees. Hey, it's cold out there this morning. So bundle up, but a lot of sunshine for today and enjoy at least lower 50s. It's where we're supposed to be this time of the year.
Hey, when you go to the chief, you get the explanation. You don't just get the numbers, you get the context.
There you go. We're trying. All right, buddy. Happy
you,
New
man.
Year and Happy New Year to you.